Well, hey friends, I'm glad to be with you this week and talking about this topic of Sabbath. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I could talk a lot about it, so I'm going to try to keep it short and concise for you. My first thought, and was going to be creative with the timing of making this video, was to do it at sundown today and record being outside during sundown in my city and at my home, but it's raining out and it's been very gray and dark most of the day. So the timing of that did not work out, but I was thinking about that with Moltmann's excerpt that we read, that would be really, really cool, but didn't do that. The other thought is to mostly on Fridays, and that's when I'm making this video, there are some Sabbath rhythms that I enjoy that came from the other excerpt that we read, and about establishing Sabbath rhythms. We're working out of our rest instead of for it, is one of my paraphrases of what she was talking about. But on Fridays, I don't put makeup on my face. It's one of the ways that I give my skin a rest, is from not putting makeup on. I don't wear much makeup to begin with, but I give my skin a rest on Fridays, but also I call my Fridays Freedom Friday because I don't have much of an agenda on Fridays. I do some schoolwork, but other than that, I take the day as it comes. I don't work on Fridays. I don't make plans for my family typically, but we just enjoy what the day brings and the freedom that we have been given with all the blessings that God has given us. So that's one of the ways I've established rhythms within my own family, but also in my own personal life. Some other thoughts from the readings. I loved Ross's ideas of sanctuary and the historical value of the Israelites and how they would build a temple to hold God's presence, but also where they can come and enjoy God's presence. And I would think about the story of David when he came to the temple for sanctuary. He came and he ate the meal that was there, but for only the priests, and he took the sword. But he found everything he needed in God's presence and in sanctuary to continue his work. And so I love that story. It reminds me of how important it is for us to have places of sanctuary that we can go and allow God to sustain us and give us what we need for our next task. And so those are some of my first thoughts from the readings. But Moltmann challenged me too. So I have this thought that we work out of our Sabbath and not for it, right? But Moltmann kind of really challenged my thought process, if that's the right way to think about it, that we were not made for Sabbath, but Sabbath was made for us. But I do like the picture of like it's an overflow, like it's like we're a pool or a spring. And the spring doesn't canal until it is overflowing. It doesn't flow into the river until it's overflowing. And so I love that thought, but I'm just wondering if my thought process is backwards. So wondering what you think. Do we work out of rest? Even as Moltmann talked about the sun going down, the first part of our Sabbath is sleep, right? So that we are rested coming into even the rest of our Sabbath day. So just your thought, do we work out of our rest or do we work for it? So what are your thoughts there?